Hi everyone, Paul Akers, host of The American Innovator. You know, the innovative spirit is alive and well, and everywhere I travel around the world, I bring back ideas and creativity to share with my audience to continuously improve and change the way we live. Welcome to The American Innovator. Hi everyone, Paul Akers, and welcome back to The American Innovator. As you remember, last week we went over to Belgium on our Lean tour, and we saw a lot of great examples of how to manage inventory, a Kanban system that was utilized throughout the entire facility in this European plant. And this week, I've got a lot of emails from people about that show, and people ask me, Paul, but how do you do Kanban at FastCap? So I decided to pull out my iPhone real quick for Nate, who was one of the persons that asked, and say, Nate, this is how we do it. And I just simply took my iPhone, held it pretty steady, and walked around our facility after hours and kind of explained the system. And that's what this week's show is about. We're basically going to show you FastCap's Kanban system in a very short time, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And then if you have more questions about it, feel free to email me at paul@fastcap.com, and I'm happy to shoot videos to address all the different issues you might have. But I do want to make a comment. I think the week before, or last week, we also did the show on Pantene Girl, and of course I have the Pantene Girl up on my screen right now because I'm looking directly in her eyes because she's right centered on the camera. But we got a lot of funny comments about that as well, and the best one came from Ashley in the UK, that typical British humor. He sent a YouTube video, which I'm not going to post. It's not that bad, but it is very, very funny. And Ashley sent a video that essentially went like this. Paul, I took your 2-second improvement. Wow, what a great idea, but there's only one problem, Paul. It's not working. I put the picture of the girl up on the screen, put the hole right between her eyes just like that, and for whatever reason, my eyes just keep drifting down. And I tried really hard, Paul. I really tried to make it work, but it didn't work. Now, I promise, Paul, I really tried hard, but it just didn't work. Oh, maybe I should show you why. And he took his iPhone and he put it on the screen. And Ashley, of course, nobody could focus on a woman's face when you have that up on the screen. Well, you could use your imagination. It wasn't that bad, but it was very humorous and a little bit of British wit, if you will. And I appreciate all the humor that people send me. I know I've got a couple other great videos from Greg in Utah on cleaning the bathroom because he's starting to establish a lean culture by getting his guys to take care of his bathroom. In a wood shop, that's not always easy to do. Guys are not the cleanest. But I always say, start in the bathroom, develop a lean culture, standard work, keeping the rope tight, and you'd be surprised how that can spread through the entire organization. And Greg gave great examples of that. And I'll probably post those videos on a future American Innovator because they are really well done. And Greg, you are doing a great job. So here you go, the American Innovator Kanban at FastCap.
Okay, Nate, so here's our Kanban system. So what happens is all these little cards right here tell us about the product that needs to be made, like a layout tape, okay? And it tells the minimum we have to have in stock is 11, and then it goes into Kanban, and 14 is the max. So when we get to the minimum, we build at least 11 more, and the max we can have is 24 in stock. It tells us it takes us 20 seconds to build each product and the location where it is in the facility. So someone would need to grab these cards and go build that product. Now, that card, the beautiful thing about it is that card is hiding in the product, and I'll send you a second video. So when you get to the 11 pieces, this card's sitting there, you bring it over to Kanban, you bring it over here, put it in the thing, someone grabs the card, builds the product. So that's a general idea of how Kanban works. Okay, so now we're going to go over to our grocery store. This is where we have all of our products. This is just about a 5 to 6 day supply here, maybe even less in many cases. We'll go to the memory tree. We'll pull it out, and there's a few products in here, but boom, when you hit that red mark, that is a Kanban signal. That says, hey, if you're going to start picking in this stuff, which is in a bag, you have to really go through some work to get to it, right down in here. There's the Kanban card. So you take that card over to our board over there, and it'd put it in there, and then somebody would build that. Now, I'll tell you one other cool thing. If you come over here to this product, like the Dually Grommet, you pull it out, oh, there's those red lines. That means Kanban. We're at Kanban here. And this case, there's no card because there's a crumb trail in the back that tells you where to get more. So there's our Kanban card for doing piecework. Then I'm going to walk over here, and this is a Kanban zone where we manage all the different kinds of Kanban. So I'll explain. This is called a Kanban water spider. A water spider is someone who manages all the inventory throughout the facility to make sure all production is going smooth. So if a certain place is making a product and they need product delivered to them, like a car in an assembly line for cars, they would have a water spider delivering it, and this is a water spider Kanban. This is a piecework where we have to build a specific product. That's for piecework. This is an external vendor. And then also, this one over here is production Kanbans internally for other products that we make, injection molding. This is the printing area, perhaps one of the most magical places in all of FastCap. We bring people here on tour to show them the power of having great Kanbans and super good processes. This printer is $150,000. Anybody on the first day within 5 minutes can operate it perfectly with no problems. Most people would never let someone touch a printer like this. The reason why is because of the Kanban system and because of the processes. So we have a simple process. Step 1 is you choose the archive tab right there. Step 2, you choose the label you want to print. In this case, hole punch kit UPC. So we come back over here, hole punch kit UPC. Then we go print right here. But before we do print, we've already put the labels in because the Kanban has told us that if we go to rack 1, row 4, column 3, we'll get the paper and print. So now we're going to go over here to our rack, and we're going to go over to rack 1. Of course, we have a rack 2 there too. Just like an Excel spreadsheet. Rack 1, row 4, position 3, these are the labels. So you grab a pile of labels. You don't even have to worry about how many you grab because it's automatically set up. You go to the printer. You open the printer drawer up. It tells you to put the labels up and snug this up. Put it in, close the drawer, push print, and you're good to go. But here is the cool thing. When you get through all these, guess what? There's a Kanban in there or a card that tells you to reorder the label so there's never a crisis. When we get to that level, we reorder, take it to the Kanban area, it gets ordered, and everybody wins, no crisis. So the key to Kanban is historical data. So all of these different labels have different uses or volumes. So sometimes we stock more or less depending upon whether that's high volume or low volume. So we take this data, we extrapolate, and we say, okay, when we get to just this level there, we don't use many of these, so we can reorder when we get pretty low. But on others, we want to have a full ream, and on yet still others, we want to have multiple 2 or 3 reams to make sure, you can see down there, the paper has a Kanban on top of those 4 reams because we wouldn't want to run low on those. So we take historical data, we establish Kanbans, and we're constantly improving them and refining them to get the inventories low.
So hopefully you enjoyed that and you learned a little bit about how we manage our Kanbans. But also, if you have any questions, email me directly at paul@fastcap.com. I'm happy to shoot a custom video to explain any details. Remember, I did all this on my iPhone, impromptu. I don't make a big deal about it. Just trying to disseminate information and communicate effectively and quickly to people as they have questions. We'll see you next week on The American Innovator. Remember, life's an adventure. Be a part of the solution. Go out, learn, improve, change, think outside the box. We can change the way the world thinks. Be an innovator. I really got to stop getting myself in these situations. That's a leopard, and that's an elephant. Yes, and this is a cheetah.
Like, oh, I saw that
Here,
already.
kitty, 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 kitty,
Oh, how
kitty.
cute. He wants to play.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got it.